Have you ever wondered what chefs use in their home kitchen? And are you looking for that perfect knife for your house? And what about a nut bag? Have you used one? Have you even heard of one? I'm Chef Amber, and I'm so passionate about showing you that what you put in your body matters right now today. Now today, I'm gonna show you my top 3 kitchen essential tools that I use in my home kitchen. I have many of my friends that say, "Oh, chef, I bet you have the fanciest equipment in your kitchen." I don't. I have a small little kitchen cottage here, and I'm gonna keep it real simple today. 3 things I literally can't live without. The first is a good chef's knife, okay? Now, the key to a chef's knife is the grip. Everyone's grip is gonna be different. So this knife might not work for you. And in fact, a man's hand and a woman's hand, the knives are gonna be different because their hand is larger. So their grip's gonna be a little bit larger. This knife I have is very light and it's stainless steel and it's just one blade of stainless steel. I love it. I've been using it for years and the brand is global. So the most important thing for a knife is the grip and that it feels good in your hand. You don't want a clunky knife that's too heavy. And why is it important to have a good knife? Well, for one, your cut of your veggies are gonna be gorgeous. And it's actually kind of fun to have a really sharp knife. It actually is fun look at how rewarding that is. Okay, second, have you ever noticed when you're chopping basil or cilantro or even spinach and you've got a dull, clunky knife that at the end you've got a bunch of smeared greens all in the wood cutting board? A lot of the nutrients from the greens or the herbs are actually now in the board. So by having a sharp knife, you're actually going to reap the benefits of all the vegetables, okay? Half of it's not gonna be smeared all into the board. It's important when picking out a knife that it's just one steel of blade and that it's not a combo of steels put together. That will cause the blade to break and kind of bend. Now, you don't have to break the bank on a chef's knife. They're very affordable these days. If you live by a sur la table or even a Target that has a good kitchen appliance section and you're able to hold the knife before you buy it, just go in and ask a couple questions and exactly what I just said. You want to make sure that the grip is really great and that it's one continual piece of steel, okay? And it's just fun to have these beautiful, sexy cuts of veggies. Choosing out a chef's knife, I know this might sound kind of funny, but it's very personal. So for a professional chef, there's all different types of blades, thickness, heaviness, different types of steel, Japanese knives, knives that have little rivets in it. So for me, this is my knife. I love this knife. It works best for me. I use it for many things. I actually have a knife set. So I have like a paring knife, a serrated knife, so I can do, peel smaller little vegetables and I can skin meat and fillet fish. Couple brands, so for a home cook, Wusthof is very popular. They range in prices and sizes and actually are very affordable these days. I'm using Global. I love Global. Next up, the Vitamix. If you've been following me on chefamber.com or Chef Amber LA, I have a total obsession with the Vitamix because of my smoothie bowls and my smoothies. My cafe, the Source Cafe in Hermosa Beach, we've gone through dozens of Vitamixes. It's the only blender that I use, and I am not a sponsor, though I probably should be. Hint, hint, Vitamix. Okay, so Vitamix, why do I love it? You can do everything in the Vitamix. I make soups, I make purees, I make raw jams, porridges. I can even do a vegan cookie dough, nut butters, seed butters, nut milks, seed milks, salsas, even guacamole. Oh my goodness, the list, I could go on and on. Sauces and purees, ice creams, smoothie bowls, smoothies. Okay, so you get the gist. Celery juice, juices. Everything can be done in this baby. It's a great investment, super durable. There's no maintenance on it, and it's got great warranty. Okay, I know Vitamixes definitely are not affordable. They're expensive. You can find some refurbished ones. I know that they have some used ones available online. I personally don't have any experience with that, so I don't want to suggest that. You're probably saying, hey, can I just use a regular old blender? The most important thing about the blender is that it comes with this tamper, and it's the speed of the blender. This is a high speed blender, okay? If you just get like a $20, $30 blender from the store, it's definitely not going to blend and puree, and it's going to basically beat up your veggies. And that's another thing, like this blends so fast, it's so pure that it's not over blending, over killing and working your food. Now I know that there's the Ninja and there's all different types of blenders out there. I've never used another one, so I can't say. There's definitely, competitors to the Vitamix. So the most important thing is you want it to be a high speed professional blender. You want it to have a tamper, and you want it to have a warranty. Next, let's talk about the nut bag. Okay, this guy's been used a lot. I actually got it from rawsomecreations.com. You can just go on Amazon and get a nut bag. They're very affordable. They're super cheap. What am I talking about? What am I using for this? So I make a ton of nut milks. That's the first thing. So this is what I would use to strain my nut milks, and I also use it to do a lot of sprouting. I will do a video on sprouting, but if you're trying to get into making your own plant-based milks, oat milk, pea milk, or nut milk, you're gonna have to have a nut bag to strain it, and then you're gonna be left with all that beautiful pulp. And can go to chefamber.com, and I have a ton of recipes there for that. A couple other things I use the nut bag for is I'll make coconut yogurt. You can strain your dairy yogurt and make a really thick, kind of like cream cheese. You can also do sprouts or make Rejuvilac, which I actually have a recipe on my Instagram feed, which is a fermented drink. So I love the nut bag, and it's definitely a necessity in my kitchen, and it has multiple uses. So let me talk about nut milk for a second. After I've blended my nuts and water and I have the milk, right, there's a bunch of pulp that has to be strained. I pour into the nut bag, and then I've got all this pulp in here, and I wring it out, and that's how I get my milk, whether it be oat milk, pea milk, there's even lentil milk out there, and nut milk. Okay, and then I'm left with all this amazing pulp, which I don't have any today, and then I use that pulp for baked goods, raw goods, and actually with the pulp, you can actually dehydrate it or toast it, blend it, and now you've got your own nut flour or almond flour. Let me tell you a couple places that I love to shop for kitchen equipment. I love Chef's Toys. You can also go to webstrontstore.com. They have tons of stuff. Sur La Table is amazing. So if you're not familiar with any of these things, especially if you're choosing a blender or the right knife, I would try to go somewhere where you can actually ask questions, interact, and look and try some of the things. Lots of times they have demos or they'll show you. When it comes to a nut bag, just go online and look for one on Amazon. They're so cheap. Even Target, I think, probably has them now. Grocery stores have them, but they're very cheap. They're everywhere. Okay, so I believe quality over quantity, meaning I don't need 100 different kitchen utensils in my kitchen. A good knife, a good cutting board, a nut bag, a good blender, that's really all you need. Don't overthink it. Don't get stressed. If you're saying like, I don't really have the budget, especially for the blender right now, start with a knife. That's more affordable. Get inspired by following chefamber.com or my Instagram at chefamberla, and get a nut bag, because I have tons of recipes for seed milks and nut milks. If you already have a Vitamix, then you can learn some new recipes for smoothie bowls and smoothies and sauces and soups, everything on chefamber.com. I hope you got inspired today, and I hope this answered some of your questions. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe below. Thanks for joining me on this journey and joining me in on the discussion. And if you have anything you want to learn or cook, or any tips or tools you want to talk about, send me a message. Join me in this journey. I'm so excited to be on this journey with you. Follow me on Chef Amber LA. And now that you've got some new kitchen equipment and you're feeling inspired, you can head on over to chefamber.com, where I've got tons of sexy, fun, easy recipes. Until next time, ciao, ciao.